watching Cooking with Mary Jane on BigBadSportsStudy.com. Today we're tailgating. You're going out to the game with some of your guy friends. You want to bring out some food, bust out the coolers, a little bit of sunblock, do the things. So today we're going to be preparing two different things. I'm going to do a bratwurst. This actually has a Guinness and mustard glaze. Glaze sounds really, really fancy. Really not at all. What you're going to be doing is take a bottle of Guinness, which I actually have an example. Leave it to the Irish girl. Bottle of Guinness, I took this, I reduced it by half on a stove, just put it on simmer in a pot, no big deal. Add 2 tablespoons of mustard, and you're gonna wanna add a 1/4 cup of honey. You let this reduce down about by half, and you're gonna add a tablespoon of water to a tablespoon of cornstarch. Mix that together, throw it in the pot, and it's gonna coagulate and become a sauce. Best way to tell that a sauce is ready is you take any instrument, really. I can use my tongs here, dip it inside, and when you pull it out, knock off some of the excess, you want to draw a line through it. If it stays, that's a sauce. That is the correct consistency to make a glaze. So what we're gonna do is throw on some regular bratwurst, same as you'd find in any store. Everybody knows Johnsonville. We have 2 different kinds here. I bought the beef and I bought the regular original brats. Both you should recognize. We have our grill turned up here to 400 degrees. So we're gonna open this thing up and let these bad boys go. You wanna be sure to give your brats enough room to breathe on the grill. Don't wanna overcrowd. It's going to affect your cooking quite a bit. We're going to cook up about 12 brats. This should be enough for any little tailgating party you throw together. Make the boys happy. Everybody likes some sausage in their life, right? And all we're going to do is close this lid here in a minute. Make sure this, woo, throw the weenies. Hello. We're going to make sure that this heat getting all the way through and staying warm. So we're gonna shut this lid and let these guys go to town. About 6 minutes on each side. And our second dish that we're gonna be doing here in a minute, I'll just go ahead and tell you about it. Super, super easy. We're doing brisket quesadillas. Really, the best way, if you're wanting to be in a hurry, you're a bachelor, you don't really have time, you don't want to sit over a smoker for 12 hours and cook a brisket, well, easy. Here in Dallas, we're lucky enough to have a place called Red Hot and Blue. I went there today, it took me about 20 minutes, picked up some brisket meat that was already cooked. Super simple, throw it in some tortillas. I already have it here laid out. All I added was chopped jalapeno and some chopped scallions, or green onions as you may call them. The cheese I use here is cotija. It's a typical Spanish cheese, crumbly, kind of like feta. But really you could use any cheese that you'd like. So we're just gonna grill these up. I know quesadillas are typically performed on a flat top. Let's check these brats, see how they're doing. Cooking nicely, fantastic. So this is gonna be real easy. We're just gonna throw it all together. Everybody should enjoy. I went ahead and got some little rolls here for our bratwurst. Just cut in half, really simple, just dig out the middles. You can really use any kind of bread at all. Typical sides for our bratwurst, you have to have your sauerkraut, you have to have your mustard. It goes along with your Guinness and mustard glaze. And we have some dill relish. I made some sauteed onions also to go with our brats. You could technically use these in the brisket quesadillas as well if you choose to. All I did, chop up some onion. Doesn't matter how you chop it, doesn't have to look pretty. We're doing bratwurst here. So I added a tiny bit of this Guinness mustard glaze that we made earlier for the brats. Stir that all in and you get some really wonderfully flavored caramelized onions. Look at these guys. Awesome. Okay, we're about ready for sauce on these brats over here. They're about done. You can see from the fantastic caramelized color. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this Guinness mustard glaze on. Just kind of slather it on, do what you do. You've worked hard making the sauce, so you might as well make it worth it, right? You really want to get that flavor to soak in. Back and forth, back and forth. All right. I'm gonna roll these one more time. This is just gonna kind of crispen up that glaze just a tiny bit. So we're sure that everybody gets a bite of glaze in every bite, right? That's what it's all about. If you want to go to your local favorite barbecue shop, doesn't matter where, you want to pick up some chopped brisket meat. I used 2 pounds here, and this was enough to fill 10 quesadillas. So you just want to take the brisket meat. I open them up for you, show you what's inside, little sneak peek. So we have a brisket meat here. We also have chopped jalapeno, chopped scallion, which took me maybe all of 2 minutes to chop, and then some cotija cheese. It's a pretty popular Spanish cheese. You'll see on a lot of menus and a lot of different tacos, some fun stuff. If you're not into it, you're not sure about it, you're not into trying something new, that's fine. All good. You can use whatever cheese you'd like. If you want to use cheddar, use cheddar. If you want to use whatever, do what you do. I'm not going to judge. So here we go. Whee! Fantastic. Here, that's all we're doing. We're looking for grill marks, and we want to get this cheese to melt a little bit. So I'm going to just go ahead and shut this lid, give it a chance to steam a little bit. Now, cotija cheese doesn't typically melt all the way. It's not gonna melt. It's kind of like feta. It is gonna get warm, and it will have a cheesy texture to it, I guess you could say. But in all actually, it's not gonna melt all the way. So don't be waiting for that. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna give this a few minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes on each side. Work with it. So we can see these are starting to get some char marks. Those are nice. Hopefully we'll get some of this cheese to melt a little bit. What's a taco without cheese, I always say. Personally, I'm a big cheese fan. Can't live without it. So it looks like we're about ready to eat here in a minute, guys. Like I said before, when you do brats, you want to do something simple and you want to do something classic, all American. You definitely want to have lots of options on toppings. Everybody likes something different on their dog. You can't mess with people's dogs. So I brought out the basics, just mustard and relish and some sauerkraut. I can't personally do a brat or a sausage of any kind without some kraut. It's always good. So we're just gonna move these a little bit. I'm gonna put some fancy grill marks on these things for you guys. Get some cross-hatching patterns, super simple. Just turning at 45-degree angles. And then we're just gonna flip them over and wait for that cheese to melt. Shouldn't take long. Most important thing about grilling, you gotta stay organized. Everything needs to be either ready to go or ready to come off. You need to have a place ready to take everything off of the grill. You need to have a place ready for everything that's not cooked yet. You definitely don't want to mix up your tongs. You definitely don't want to mix up your cooking utensils in general. Definitely don't want to make anybody sick. So you got to be very, very careful when it comes to that. But other than that, just grill out, have fun. You can drink a beer while you're doing this. In man time, you know, you could do these brats, and once you need a new beer, you can flip them over. It's super easy. We're just gonna flip these guys over real quick. Looking fantastic. The great thing about tortillas is they're not gonna stick to the grill. You're never gonna have a problem with that. Unlike chicken, I'm sure we've all had the chicken catastrophe, or you go to pull the chicken off the grill and bone comes out, chicken stays on the grill. That's no fun. So it's always a good idea to pick things for the grill that aren't gonna stick, aren't gonna be finicky in the weather. Okay, so we're gonna throw together a little bratwurst here. Definitely wanna get a brat. Wanna get some onions on here. Gotta do these onions, these are fantastic. All right. Can't have a brat without some mustard. Whee! I made the mustard excited, look at that. God bless. Leave it to me. I'm just gonna make a mess, because that's what I do. You know, typically when I eat hot dogs, it's like 4 in the morning and I'm drunk anyway, so, you know, Why not? Why not spill a little, make a mess? It's good for you. Live life. What are you gonna live forever? Absolutely not. So, a little bit of cheese. And I'm a big fan of my dill relish. Can't take it away from me. All right. And look at all the pretty colors. All right. That looks fantastic, kids. Okay, can I get this fucking mustard off? And this is how you eat it. Mmm. Oh my goodness. So good, I'll blow my tin away. Good business. Absolutely. Does everybody enjoy? Awesome. Grab a bun, brat. We have onions. These are done with the Guinness glaze also. And then I have sharp cheddar cheese, sauerkraut, dill relish, and Dijon. Knock yourselves out.
These are brats here?
Yeah, brats. Yes, yes, yes. Fantastic. So how's everything look, guys? Let's go ahead and check these quesadillas that are over here. Make sure these guys are still doing okay. Fantastic. Looking good. Like I said, guys, this is really, really simple. It's not going to take you any time at all. You can spend as little as 20 bucks or as much as 50, you know, depending on how fancy you want to be. I personally am not that fancy pants, so it costs me around 20 to do all this, and that's not bad for feeding a crowd of people. All right, kids, well, that's about it. It's pretty simple, really quick recipes, really inexpensive. Do it for your friends, make them happy, and maybe your next cookout won't be yours. Maybe you'll get to be the guest instead of the host. So I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me on BigBadSportsDaddy.com. This is Cooking with Mary Jane, and I'll see you next time. Solid? Does that work? Can we just cut? Yeah, you can check out this recipe and other webisodes on BigBadSportsDaddy.com. So if you missed anything, you need some measurements, you can just go back and look it up. No big deal. I'm always here for you. Oh, fuck balls. Really?
You don't want to take a bite?
Ah, I've been standing under this shit smelling it. Okay. Do I have to, really?
You don't have to. We're just gonna get you biting it. And then,
Yeah, phallic symbol in the mouth. I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it.
Oh wait, not yet, because
Not yet, because I may not get your full expression when you shove this giant fucking wiener in your mouth.